You know, when you've been waiting to take a breath, it's nice when you finally feel it's safe to. Please don't forget to like on your way in. This is my first virtual diary submission. I've done these on former channels, but they were all deleted. I mean, I still have some of the footage, and I might make that public. Some of my old video journal submissions that I've kept throughout the years. I keep a virtual diary so I never forget. There are days when I look at certain submissions from my diaries and it's triggering. I'm not going to lie. I was about 26 in that picture. Sam was about 1. Paid $2,000 for those Chanel glasses. They were stolen. People always love stealing my shit. I guess that's why I don't worry about collecting a bunch of expensive shit anymore. All people have ever done is steal from me. I'd rather spend my money on other things these days. If it gets rowdy in this chat, let me see what my options are because I didn't set it before. You know, I'm just going to do it now. I mean, technically, this isn't a normal live, so it's my diary. I want to start with a song that I want to dedicate to people with leaky ceilings and no man. I want to dedicate to weird fake moderators. I want to dedicate to people who think they're popping and yet hashtag every variation of my name. I mean, if you so popping, why would you need to hashtag Jaguar Wright, hashtag Jaguar Wright Johnson, hashtag the Jaguar Wright effect, hashtag Jaguar Wright show, even hashtag set in the West? It's weird. So weird. I guess they thought I was their slave. We can do better with those likes. A lot better with those likes. It's my diary. Show a little respect. I want to dedicate this song to YouTube, who really thought that they had chains on me. Man, they thought they owned my life. And swear to God, they still got a right to hold on to it. It's sad when people don't know how to let go. And a lady should always know how to leave. Guess ain't no ladies on YouTube. They really thought they had the chains on me. They felt the same way about Samson after his hair was shining. His head was bald. They blinded him. Oh my God. They made fun of him. They really thought they had him cold. And his hair grew back. And I guess they forgot what that meant. And one day, even though he was blind, He asked a young man that could see to lead him to the two most important pillars in that place. Thank you, Mary. And he said, God used me. Samson didn't make it out alive. He didn't. And neither did any of the Philistines. He disobeyed God. But even he knew he could still be a miracle. He was a miracle. Samson had taken down I don't know how many Philistines. But that day, when he found his strength again and he called on the Lord, our source, our God Almighty, he was a miracle again. And he took out more Philistines because it was a big gathering. Pretty much almost everyone important was there. And he took them all straight to hell. Funny how that worked. They had him in chains, you know. They had him in chains. They had him bound up. They swore to God. They made fun of him in his face. Oh, they played in his face. And then God used him to play in theirs. And that was it. There was no more. You two really thought they had a slave in me? What a foolish thing to think. If I could only get my feet to move. If I could only get my heart to let go. I could finally be free. Free of you and all that I hate about myself. Picture that. Goodbye, trolls. I guess I drank too much. I'm telling the truth. All I want in this world right now is away from you. I get to being the bird, dripping your little song. Just one away from this ugliness, far away from this ugliness. And I've been isolated in my thoughts, baby. Wishing nothing but to be away from you, baby. Wish that I felt apart. You're right. I've been asleep. I've been asleep. I've been going. And now I just wanna be free. Take the chains off me. Jaguar Radio, come on. What? Agreeing to be your business. Just listen to that girl. That girl before me. All the joy and the laughter when you introduce me. Sure have. And now that we're Yo, let's do something with the mic. Now I just want to be free. Let's take the chains off now. Stupid. Let's take the shades off me. Just wanna be free. So take the chance of me. Jaguar Radio, come on, let's go. I know I chose to be a bird, but now I just really want out of this. Every bird should want out of a cage. Ah, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Now I've been a slave. I've been stuck and I just wanna be free. Let's take the chains off me. 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 Take the chains off me, please. I ain't mad at that idea. That's parts of my diary, my songs, my life. Mm. Blood walk. Somebody said they want to get into that blood walk. Man, that song has so much everything in it for me. Let's see. Step one, come on. Hey, Jaguar Radio, let's go. Welcome to my virtual diet. Get on the floor. Where I sing and speak my life. Step one, Florida life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. I'd have been through hell, been through real hell. I'd have been through pain, so painful. I'd have been through hell. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Working my way through to a new life. Christian songs when they make me move. Anything, laughing sometimes fall. Hey, step on it, come on, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get your life on the floor. Step on it, come on, step on it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on, get on the floor. Your life, let's go. Walking through the dance floor around my life. You know that's right. Let's do it. I don't know why the sound is distorted. It shouldn't be. Unless they don't want y'all to hear my music. Let's do the love one. Mm. I done had it all. And then I lost it all. I done took some falls. Then I stood tall. I done had a dream. Turn into nightmare just to become a new dream. Working my way through to a new life. Know just what to do. Walking stride, making my own rules. Cause I can do anything. I just play it. I done had it all. And then I lost it all. I done took some falls. Showed up. Then I stood tall. I done had a dream. To nightmare just to become a new dream. Working my way through. Come on. Know just what to do. Making my own rules. Hey. Cause life, it's a dance. Showing up is. I don't know why. Maybe you should do something about your sound system. That's fine here. Get on the floor of your life and let's go and let's do it. Dancing up the runway of my life. So now, let's do it. Leaving all my troubles behind. Come on, let's do it. You know, I'm so grateful for the catalog I've collected. I really am grateful. If it wasn't for these songs, I might have forgot. Ugh, I might have forgot who I was in the midst of all of that. Can you imagine if I had paid attention to all the lies that are told about me as many times as they've been told about me? Thousands of people lying about me every day. Can you imagine what it's like to be stalked, to be harassed? There are people mocking your name just because. Saddest part about it is they thought they did it all for money. The money was just the incentive. They did it because they hate themselves and they needed someone else so that they could bear with themselves. When people lobby off into a vicious smear campaign against someone else that they don't know for no good reason other than money, makes you look at people kind of funny, you know? Like even this moment, it's available on Patreon. Can you imagine what it's like to be absolutely sane? And you have to convince people because a bunch of liars made up a bunch of stuff about you, and people were willing to believe they're more than you.
Never mind. So let me start by learning a little bit about you. Can you tell me where you were born?
I was born in Stratford, New Jersey.
Where you grew up?
Yeah, kind of. My family lived on both sides of the bridge. If you know anything about the Delaware Valley area, South Jersey and Philadelphia are right next to each other. So our home addresses were in New Jersey. I went to school in New Jersey, but I also went to school in Philadelphia. But about 2/3 of my education was Christian private schools.
Okay, so are you an Eagles fan or are you a Jets fan?
I was born an Eagle.
Okay. How long have you been in the Metroplex?
Here, got here in
Yes, ma'am.
2016, started working here in 2014.
Who growing up in Jersey and Philly, who raised you?
My father.
Okay. Any brothers or sisters?
Yes, only full sibling, the only so at this point. Here in Dallas.
No.
I'm technically not allowed to move. I was in the process of moving when I secure that home for my mom and my son. So, and me and my girlfriend have decided to stay here while we revamp my company.
Okay. Are you currently married, single, divorced, whatever?
I am married but separated. By the way, this was in 2023 after they ran down on my life.
Is this your only marriage, or have you been married before?
No, this is my second marriage.
And you mentioned a son, I believe.
Yes, my only living child.
Did you have other kids in the past?
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that. How many kids have you had in total?
4.
How far did you get in school? You mentioned high school. How far did you get in school?
I completed early.
Okay. Any post high school, like college?
I'm a college dropout.
Okay. So how long were you in school?
Freshman year, I was done. Started my company, Jaguar Entertainment LLC, 3 years after that, and I have been my own entity since 1999. Not too many Black women can say that.
You said it's called Jackie.
Jaykee, Jykee Entertainment, named after my firstborn son, who is now currently deceased.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm assuming that's who you, like, for lack of a term, work for. You own. That's your employment, I guess. Is the company? Is it the same company?
No, it's now Philadelphia Productions LLC. And now it's Cruelty Free Artistry.
And what kind of work does the Philadelphia do?
I'm a recording artist, world renowned, for about 30 years now. I am also an advocate for sexual assault survivors. My nonprofit group, which we're going to have squared away, I think we're changing the direction, going from nonprofit to an actual ministry, a women's ministry group. It's called WCW Meeting. Oh, by the way, for those out there in the bowels of YouTube, my plan was always to begin my own ministry. Like I said, this recording was 2023. What's the year? 2025? Okay. And I also create botanical products, and I'm kind of a Renaissance woman. I'm also a published writer. I am entertainment. Right now, my life kind of revolves around media and broadcasting. I have my own YouTube channel, and I have my own TV, internet TV station, DaladelphiaTVNetwork.com. Until that was hijacked with help from my second ex-husband.
In the past,
on behalf of YouTube.
English, have you ever been either pled guilty, been found guilty?
Yes, I pled guilty to a misdemeanor back in 2016. It was I was arrested for child abduction. It was a custody hearing that my ex-husband decided to criminalize because he wanted to destroy my life and use my child to do it and find a way to get his hand back into my pocket with child support. First time around, they charged me. I had concerts set up all around the world. And at the point where the trial would have been taking place, if I had taken it to trial, I wouldn't have been able to leave the country. And I was already scheduled at the Hong Kong World Music Festival. I was there with the Mosaic Project, Terry Lynn Carrington. I'm one of the contributing partners on that project. And I made the deal. My kid didn't want to testify. And if I had have backed out of that gig, it would have hurt me in the Far East. So I took the plea bargain, agreed to 2 years probation, which was concluded August 2018. I was then charged again by Chicago for child abduction, failure to return,
Barry and Mickey.
even though my ex-husband had already moved. It was a nasty jurisdictional thing. I won my habeas corpus writ in 2017, but then they issued a governor's warrant, which forced me to Chicago, to which I stayed. And I fought the case, and it concluded nolle prosequi.
Okay. So in terms of, so just in not just in Dallas, but in U.S., I guess, just one prior conviction. That's it.
Just the misdemeanor that I pled guilty to in 2016. Like I said, that's been over.
Okay.
That concluded in 2018, but they recharged me in 2017, and then I fought that one, and I won.
Okay. Now does she have
the trial? There were so many jurisdictional issues.
Okay. Now does she that one misdemeanor? Did you replace on probation?
Yes, I was on probation for 2 years, and that concluded in 2018, August of 2018.
By the way, that was my 4th time telling him that. If anyone's paying attention, that was my 4th time telling the state-hired psychiatrist the same thing over and over again. Part of the reason why I'm pausing is because everything that I just discussed about that case is my alibi for the lawsuit that they put me in after I got the Defender of Freedom Award. Oh, and by the way, to down the rabbit hole, shove it up your ass. Leave Russell Brand alone. You unfit social worker who probably has helped teleport people allegedly. I don't even want to get into it because you're a real weirdo, Ling Ling. Just leave Russell Brand alone. You aren't fit to talk about that at all. I'm sorry. Back to my diary.
So I got a little bit of information about you. I guess you were in Dallas County for a little less than a month. Is that about right? Here most recently, like May to right to the beginning of June.
What do you?
Is that about right?
Yes, I asked
you. You were incarcerated at Dallas County Jail. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
for about 3 weeks or so. Yeah. Okay.
I was extradited from Bossier Max in Louisiana.
Now, according to those records, you have a history of some chronic pain. Is that correct?
I have severe scoliosis. 16 pinched nerves, 3 slipped discs.
Any other chronic pain issue? Any other chronic medical issues like asthma, diabetes, high blood pressure, anything?
Thank God. At 46. Oh, I'm a blessed woman.
Any history of drug or alcohol use?
I was an alcoholic, and I OD'd on Percocets prescribed to me by my doctor. I was 29, so I'm 46 now. Go back 30 years. Yeah, around 07, 06. I had OD'd on my prescription. I was drinking.
Was it accidental overdose?
Well, we're not quite sure. I was never seen by a doctor for whatever reason. My ex-husband, my first husband, decided after he found me in a pool of blood and vomit on our bathroom floor to not call an ambulance and to just clean me up and prop me up in bed. I was out for about a day and a half. I asked him why he never bothered to call and get me help if he found me that way. And he said, I didn't want anyone to think I was trying to kill you.
Who says that?
I guess from your standpoint, Was it an accidental overdose, or was
In
it
my
a
opinion,
suicide?
it was an accidental overdose. I was taking my medication no different than I had normally taken it. I had the girls over. We had a martini brunch. I had 2 martinis, and when they left, that's when everything started to fall down over me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You refer to yourself as an alcoholic. Do you still drink, or are you sober? Okay. So how long have you been sober?
Well, I have wine from time to time. I love a good scotch, but everything that I do in moderation. I actually cut alcohol out of my life completely for health reasons about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. So I'm not an active drinker.
So the wine and the scotch, is that no longer a thing, or is that
No,
still
I haven't
occasional?
had anything to drink since I've been, incarcerated, and I haven't had anything since I've been out.
Okay, so at least a few months.
Yeah,
That's not about right.
the last scotch that I had a Macallan 18 Old Fashioned back in March after I was released from the hospital. That was the last drink I had.
Okay. Now, some of the records mention marijuana use as well as.
Absolutely.
Okay. How long have you been a marijuana user?
Well, it's not just number one, I don't call it marijuana, it's cannabis.
Okay.
Number two, I produce THC and CBD products for pain management and for just overall well-being. A lot of the products that I make, the botanicals that I make, my salve, all of that, CBD enhanced and vitamin infused. I'm not an abuser.
Okay. So
I'm an old
just
school apothecary.
No judgment with any kind of usage.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to have an understanding of you as a whole.
Absolutely.
Right? So how long have you been a user of cannabis or cannabis products?
When I walked away from pain meds completely, it's been 13 years.
And I assume you're either user of some sort, be it actual cannabis, be it cannabis CBD products, THC products. Is that
Mostly
a fair?
CBD. I don't use THC unless I'm in extreme pain. And those are all medicinal edibles.
Okay.
I
Now,
know Ken. I think he was a fan. He knew who I was.
the chart also mentioned some Molly. Is that correct?
Molly?
Yeah, it seemed kind of off. The note was kind of weird, but
who said I was using Molly?
So it was a weird note from I guess they were referring back in March. Were you at Parkland for a little bit?
Yeah, I was in Parkland for 11 days.
So I guess they were referring to that.
I was never on Molly. I don't use it.
Okay.
I don't use drugs outside anything that is not natural. And like I said, the occasional scotch from time to time, I don't do.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was a weird note. So
and no one ever found it in my system. It wasn't in any document.
It was a strange note. I had to confirm.
Got it.
So
Pause.
That being said,
pause. Is everyone listening? Is everyone listening? The psychiatrist said that he got notes from DeSoto PD. And they said that I was using Molly. Yet, after they said this, I was taken into a psychiatric hospital where they did tons of blood panels on me, and nothing in my system was found outside of cannabis. Even the psychiatrists could figure that part out. Let's go back. Let's listen to that again. 11 days.
So I guess they were referring to that.
I was never on Molly. I don't use it.
Okay.
I don't use drugs outside anything that is not natural. And like I said, the occasional scotch from time to time, I don't do.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was a weird note. So
and no one ever found it in my system. It wasn't in any document.
It was a strange note. I had to confirm.
Got it.
So
Who wrote the
that
note?
being said,
The officers that arrested me issued a white warrant on me by a means of my second ex-husband, who is a schizophrenic veteran off his meds and also an addict. Hmm. Now I want y'all to really think about what we just heard. They were trying to say that I was crazy and that I was making things up about celebrities. That's why I was arrested. They were trying to say that I was a delusional psychotic schizophrenic who was making up stories about celebrities that weren't true, and I needed this and I needed that. Now, the police who I already accused, who were allegedly working with the cartel, who I allegedly caught on film, and they still are holding on to the phone where I caught them red handed in lockup. They've had my phone since 2023. It's been over 2 years. I guess they don't want nobody to see what I got in that phone. The same phone that those idiot cops at DeSoto PD had the audacity, after I was released, after they made me sit in my urine for 18 hours after 4 grown white men, Peckerwoods, body slammed me. And I didn't even try to resist arrest. You know, all of that is definitely violation of my civil rights. But to think that they actually had the audacity to try to convince the hospital that I was insane and high on Molly and losing my mind. You should have saw the AI pictures that they showed me. When I left Parkland, they said, "You look so much better than you did when you came." And they showed me the pictures. AI. They used AI pictures and phony doctored up police reports saying that I was high on a substance that I don't take. This is the law we're talking about. The law.
being that I'm a psychiatrist, and I guess they were referring to that. The chart also mentioned some Molly. Is that correct?
Molly?
Yeah, it seemed kind of off. The note was kind of weird, but
who said I was using Molly?
Seemed kind of off. The
so
note
it
was
was a
kind of
weird
weird.
note from I guess they were referring back in March. Were you at Parkland for a little bit?
Yeah, I was in Parkland for 11 days.
So I guess they were referring to that.
I was never on Molly. I don't use it.
Okay.
I don't use drugs outside anything that is not natural. And like I said, the occasional scotch from time to time, I don't do.
Okay. Well, yeah, it was a weird note. So
and no one ever found it in my system. It wasn't in any document.
It was a strange note. I had to confirm.
God.
Understand this. They said I was on Molly. They put it in the notes. The cops, the DeSoto PD. They took me to a hospital, ran all kinds of drug panels and blood panels on me. I was a guinea pig. And they found nothing in my system. Because the truth is, if they had of, that they would have railroaded me right into a mental health something. That's why they couldn't. Now I'm sitting here telling you, you're listening to evidence of the fact that DeSoto PD lied on me and used my second ex-husband, who was working with YouTubers, to set me up. This is what you're listening to right now. Then I get the Defender of Freedom Award, and all of a sudden, I'm this heinous criminal
committing all kinds of SA acts on people that I don't know at times where I couldn't possibly have been for a crime that I was accused of, that I beat in 2018, that I articulately explained to the doctor, which is now also my alibi for what they just tried to accuse me of. Are we starting to see a theme that the law and law enforcement keep playing with my name over and over again, lying, 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 and the public believes them? People believe these weirdo YouTubers?
So that being said, being that I'm a psychiatrist, and I've seen that you've had some treatment in the past, when was the first time you saw a psychiatrist?
Well,
Remember, like, how old you were?
I was a psychologist when I was a kid. All of those records it's sealed. I would prefer not to. I have independent therapists. The one therapist that I just recently started working with, who's going to be working with my women's group, is Dr. Megan Mc. We can listen to the rest of it, but it's available. That was my second competency hearing. Actually, my fourth, because I had to do one at Dallas Behavioral Health. I had to do one at Parkland. I had to do one in Lou Sterrett for 5 minutes with a man who said that I was not competent to stand trial because I wasn't Jaguar Wright. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? I sat down with a therapist for 5 minutes. I answered all of his questions correctly. I passed the competency exam absolutely correctly. I told him the truth about myself, what I do, just like I told this man. And guess what he said? His report was that I wasn't competent to stand trial because I was spouting delusions of grandeur, because I kept saying that I was Jaguar Wright and my name was Jacqueline Wright. And so that made me incompetent to stand trial. Y'all hear that? I was found incompetent for telling the truth about myself because he didn't want to believe that I'm the woman right here on this screen. Imagine being declared incompetent, mentally incompetent to stand trial because you acknowledge yourself for who you are and what you are accurately. And that weirdo old guy didn't want to believe you. Imagine that. So, what I just played for you was my second hearing, and I passed. That one was much longer. There was actually 50 minutes left of that. Like I said, you can go over to the Patreon and see it. People have been lying on me for decades. And all I ever wanted to do was make music. What can I say? This lacks integrity. Wanting you here with me. You have to give back to her. Your time away, it's all over. So I spend it acknowledging. Possibly this is just a flame. And what does it tell meaningless? You and I settling for the land. Oh, but at your least, you're still my best. No, it ain't right. Loving you need you, it ain't right. Needing you, what am I supposed to do? On my heart is you. This lacks integrity. But baby, honestly, could care less about the ramifications. God in the bliss of our syncopation. That's a steady rhythm, baby. Even when the music stops, I hear what you're saying. I know you, no different from me. Come from the same cadence and the same beat. Could it ever be wrong? We're together with a perfect song. I know it ain't right. Loving you need to it ain't right. You what am I supposed to do? I want you. I know it's great, watching you. I know it's great, watching you. I know it's great, love with you. Want you back here, let me live. I wrote that in Oakland at Mind Seed. Salute to Dwayne Wiggins. Complicated person, brilliant musician. And we were friends for over 20 years till we parted ways. I couldn't deal with his Schluminati ways no more. Just couldn't. You know, when I think of the music that I've helped produce, salute to Zeke the Experience, the artist I will always regret that I never got a chance to put at the top. When they saw him coming, the Roots got involved and they moved him out of the way to protect John Stevens. Little Mr. Turtleneck in the summer. Everything brilliant that would have swept the world. They found a way to stop it because I was involved. Spring, spring, time is coming. It's cold out. It's cold out. So put your inside. Love you, Zeke. World. Oh, you were always better than John Legend. You were the legend. It's changing. I hope it's not late. From logic. No more. No more running in the winter. Cannot just lay here underneath the tree. 'Cause the wind is let me take your hand, let me guide you to the light. I'm singing, Lord, it's such a beautiful world that we share, you and me. Oh, how happy we love. Eric Bird on guitar, the way. Pretty, pretty little flower, growing, growing sweetly. Just spread your wings and fly, my side with me. Now tell the world tomorrow be a mystery. As the wind blows, let me take your hand, y'all, to the light. Heavenly. He dances on those notes. That we share, you and me. Oh, it's such a beautiful world that we share, you and me. Such a beautiful world. In the spring time, in the spring time. Just as fine as any Beatle record you ever heard. I hate that all of this just lives in my phone. All of that just lives right here in my phone. Shouldn't be that way. It should be for all of you. But I ain't no party pooper. Jaguar radio's still in effect. It's my virtual diary. I run it how I like. Somebody asked for it, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. You wanted it. Yeah, I don't understand why you bitches keep on trying. I'm a different kind of bitch. Last night is Zeke experience springtime with Eric Bird on guitar. What it's like to be lonely. I don't know what it's like to need love. I don't know what it's like to be basic, to be the bitch worried about that next bitch more than I'm worried about my own shit. I don't know what it's like to get poop up. And I don't know what it's like to get one fuck. I don't even know what it's like to give no fuck. The next shit is more than I take. Bitch, watch me clapping on my back. Take it slowly, take it slowly, take your time. When you're down the road, I'ma suffer so loud. I'ma do it slowly. My life, it's a maze, it's a phase, and I'm a maze. It's all a blaze. I got hands, I got feet, I got tricks, I got tricks. That you, I'm never me. It's everybody. Don't give no fucks, y'all. Come on. Let's take him slow. Take your time. When you know stop us up those watch me playing young, young, young. Watch me playing young. Don't play in your face. Don't play in your face. Don't play in your face. I can't wait for this over. We finishing the video done. Yo, oh man. Yeah, that one's going to be fun. I can't wait to perform that live. You know, there were some interesting things that happened around the Pierce Morgan interview. One of the things that happened, though, was passing of Frankie Beverly, someone who I knew as a girl, knew as a young adult. A little while, we lost touch after Gerald Levert passed away. You know, Gerald grew up. Two things Gerald didn't do. He didn't miss a Jaguar Wright show, and he didn't miss a Frankie Beverly and Mays show. That's for sure. On nights that we played in the same city, Gerald would come to both of our shows. He would go see Unc first, and then he would come see me last. See me all, you know, grown up shit. Man, it was all a setup, you know. All this crap. Every gig, every interview, it was all a setup. They should be tired of the fact that they can't catch me slipping. Oh, by the way, this was a red carpet picture where I decided to forego the gown, wear some dope ass $1,000 jeans, $500 top, $2,000 glasses, and a $1,500 haircut. Oh, and by the way, that's my hair. It's beautiful. When I grow it out, it's beautiful. Just got tired of it. That's all. I got older. I wanted to see my face. I wanted to stop hiding behind hair. That's how I felt. Half of them bitches was pissed off that night. They spent all that time not being able to breathe in those very uncomfortable outfits. And all anyone could do was look at me. Barely any makeup, just lip gloss, little foundation, a little bit of blush. I didn't even put on lashes that night. I was wearing glasses. Red carpet. I woke up like that. But getting to sing this at Sheen Magazine Awards, even when they tried to line me up with Rick Ross, I was so happy that I got to do it right I just want to make you right, baby. Before I let it go. People I know, am I? Yeah, yeah, I'm loving you. Salute to Westmore Drive. Now we what's tell me where we go. Now listen, I've been so alone. I just wanna make it right, baby. Before I let it go. Because I yeah, my heart for loving you. Trying to make it with you.